Hello.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wow.
We are here.
Hello.
We are here.
Tomorrow.
I was
What
so
the hell are
surprised
we-
by my own teaser there that I forgot to play the music. There we go.
What are we doing here? It's a Monday. It's a bank holiday. I wanted some time off, and then we're sat here doing nonsense.
We're hard taskmasters, aren't we?
Ah. Well,
Yeah.
somebody died, you know, so kind of had to do
well,
something.
Nobody important.
No.
No, it wasn't sad. Definitely
It really
did hard
wasn't.
tasks.
It really wasn't. Well, yes,
Oh.
I suppose there was a sad moment. I'd just like to tell Josh first of all that he's called this a feel breeze, which I think is hilarious.
It's too many times writing Laser and Feelings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like muscle memory now.
So we try to update a million different things.
Yeah. I'll let you off.
What's it? Hang on.
I do it all the
What's
time
the
as
overall
well.
stream title? Is it right or is it wrong?
Yeah,
Somebody
hey,
tell
I
me.
do that all the time.
The stream title's right, don't worry, man. I can see it
Okay,
here.
that's the main thing. That's harder to
Very
change.
very funny.
It's like Gnome Rouge from the other week.
Yeah, no Rouge.
You
Oh,
should have just
brilliant.
kept it like that.
Yeah. He had sort of like pink cheeks at the time, so
Yeah, yeah.
makes sense.
He was puffing and blowing a bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe that
exactly.
should be a feature on my character, that he's always got really red cheeks.
Well, isn't that just a gnome? That's like a very cliched gnome trait, isn't it? Just like
Yeah.
rosy cheeks.
I haven't seen many gnomes, to be honest.
Garden gnome.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's only general gnomage.
Well, gentlemen, we are
dear.
gathered here today to
Alright.
mourn the sad loss of one of our characters.
that?
But yeah, exactly right. I've already
Well, what's
forgotten.
alive? What do you mean?
Yeah, but before we do that, I thought maybe we could have a quick chat about some of our favourite moments from D&D. I certainly have one thing in mind in particular, but I was wondering what you guys had as maybe your favourite moment.
Oh, I know what it was.
Go on.
I think it had to be just because I know David wasn't expecting it, and neither were we really. It was the beach party.
Yes.
I did love the beach party, and also Runt just being able to like handle the drink was really funny. And then giving speeches, that was just that was
And none of the speeches actually being worth anything. We all rolled
No.
rubbish for them.
not surprising.
I think Josh, I actually put your thing in there of today will go down as day 3 of this expedition.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah,
That's a great trailer moment. That is.
your speech. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think even though it's one of my favorite, I don't know if I'm stuck between just the general scene of what went down with Nightbreeze. In fact, can I do like 1.5 favorite moment?
Oh yeah.
So first of all, because we're on the subject of the party, 2 natural 20s from the kid. Like fucking like the first night drinking alcohol, it's like, what's everybody? What's the big deal? Like, and going forward, my favorite moment was more so the actual, like, away from the comedy, more of the kind of thing of, for me story-wise and DM doing the story with you guys, was the fact that Nightbreeze was such a absolute pellet. Like, it's just like missing all the javelin stuff. Hilarious.
Oh god.
The fact he was like a city guard trying to be paladin, and not doing it very well was hilarious. And the one moment he did it right was saving Runt's life. Because by doing that and not doing it, that was the choice. Like, you know, he could have healed himself.
Yeah.
And probably been fine. And the kid died.
Yeah.
He had a choice. And I think that was the one paladin thing he actually did the entire stream.
That's so
The
true.
whole, not stream, but season.
I
Sorry.
seem to remember, David, you saying that there's like 10 or like 5 different tenets of being a paladin that you have to do, and I've already missed 4 of them. Like we were only about 3.
Yeah, there's 5. There was like 5, and you like 3 of them. Like there's like these 5 tenets. Because you were like paladin of devotion. And one of them was honesty. You were lying about stuff all the time. There was also like I can't remember the other 2. I mean, so many things of D&D things to remember. So
I think he picked most of that up from me. I think that was a bad influence.
Yeah.
Very impressionable man.
Yes. Well, it's his job to fight those urges. He did it very poorly.
Brilliant.
I'm very intimidating, so maybe that's it.
Josh, how about you? What was your favourite moment?
I can't believe no one has mentioned ball bearings yet.
That was going to be mine.
But
it's the running joke that just keeps giving, isn't it?
I was going to say it, but I was like, I better not.
Well, that, and I think just generally wild magic for me, because I had like continuously the most spectacular wild magic rolls, and always like to theme with the character. I think rolling for 23 days of immunity from alcohol is the funniest thing, because it's so
I can't believe
brand.
that. Incredible.
That's great.
And just an update for everybody, so you know what like role he's going on into season 2. He's on 3 at the moment. For those who know about the homebrew rule.
Ooh, yes.
I stole this from Brendan Lee Mulligan of Dimension 20, which is a American-based kind of, they play on comedy quite a lot. I feel like we're similar to them in a lot of ways, or like the way I DM very differently with my other games to compare to you guys. I feel like it's just comedy, chaos, and stupidity. I think it has a lot of things there. But going back to the homebrew element Wild Magic and one of their kind of series they did, where each time you succeeded, the DC goes up. So for Josh, it's calling a 3. So we're going in with already 3 in the bank for season 2. So
I mean, we've had it both ways, where it what did it get to before, like 11 or 12, something like that? It was pretty high.
Oh mate, it got to like 14 or something.
And then
I think it even got high as that.
And then I rolled it 3 times in one session, I think. So hey, it's wild magic.
God, brilliant. It is a great idea.
Yeah, and so we reset it as well. With the homebrew rule, it resets back to 1 every time it goes off.
Well, I will tell you my favourite, which was going to be ball bearings, but I do have another one, which is just the general hate that the entire camp has for us. In particular, Darius. It's just so funny every time. I love the fact that he's just more and more pissed off with us every time, to a point where Nightbreeze is dead on the floor, and he literally goes, and just turns away at the end of that episode. He doesn't even care anymore.
I thought that, yeah. He doesn't care, yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. But yeah, I mean, there's so many more moments from D&D. But I will say that there is if anybody hasn't seen it yet, there is a best bits that came out yesterday on YouTube. So it's sort of like 7 best moments from Lasers and Feelings in D&D. So we just picked out, the moments that we, well, let's be honest, me, because I put it together, but I thought were the best. But there are so many others. It's just I couldn't fit them all in. Otherwise, it would have been hours and hours long. Which, to be honest, I could have done that easily, but. But yeah, that's a really fun video. So definitely take a look. But I suppose we should talk about this episode, which is titled "It Ain't Easy Being Breezy," which I think is a really good title. I like that one. So we start off. We're in the cave, obviously, as we have been for the past 3 or so episodes. Nightbreeze, always, on board with what needs to be done, is going to get the armor after Runt has chucked it down a hole. And Runt decides to head on into the next room alone. And that starts well, doesn't it?
Well, I think because at that stage, I think Runt had lost all memory of who he was or what he was doing. So I figured that the only thing that Runt would be doing is carry on going forward.
Fair enough. But I like the fact that I think, David, you said that we just don't think about traps at all. And I said to, I think I said to Ben,
I mean, and your rest management. Jesus. I was just like,
uh-oh. Yeah.
I will try and make this as like the encounters where everything is like easy possible, like any trap things very like not severe or anything, but make them think about it. Nope. Just forward.
It's not even me.
I didn't share with you. It's all of you.
No.
It's all of you. It's just as bad.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid. But I mean, you know.
And there was just a lot of unfortunate rolls, I think.
Having said that, it's pretty much on character for all of us to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
It's not
Yeah.
us. It's not us not thinking of it. It's the characters.
It's very true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and Leamington, of course, you carry on into the room and head straight to the ceiling, which is always good.
Of course. I don't
Using,
want to help you too much.
No.
What a feeling with a
Yes.
spider on the ceiling.
Yeah. Which you named Ronald, I believe.
Yes. What a
Would you like
great
to-
guy.
Would you like to talk us through the naming process?
The naming process, well, the word Ronald always comes to my mind. So his name's Ronald. Obviously from the one and only Ronald Weasley. I mean, we have known, we have had a
BRB.
Ronald and a Weasley, and have we had something?
We had pedigree, didn't we? Because we had the
Yeah.
rats were
With a rat wielder.
yeah, the rat wielders.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
that
goodness.
was that at this episode where Josh was like, "Are we just making a menagerie?"
yeah,
that's
Are we
right,
starting
yeah.
a zoo? Yeah, that was this
Yeah.
episode.
Leamington
That was really
Zoo,
funny
yeah.
because yes, we are. Yes.
Let's be honest, whenever there's a chance to tame anything, we're going to take it, including, I think, Ben, at one point you tried to tame the weird squid things as well.
I know. I thought it would be funny to have Ronald and a squid,
That
or
would
a
be
squid
amazing.
named Weasley. That would.
Yeah. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. So there you go.
But yeah, we get to a point. Runt manages to, well, he sets off and then manages to dodge the Eldritch Cannon, which was, pretty good. He's pretty,
Well done.
nimble.
I don't know how.
Well, I mean, he didn't. It's more luck of the roll, isn't it? But
I've all the dexterity of a broken tree, so I don't really know how that happened.
Maybe it was the cannon's aim wasn't great. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Probably,
just missed firing.
yeah. Maybe the spider put it off or something. Maybe
It's
I
very
helped
scared,
in some
that
way.
cannon.
Oh yeah.
oh gosh, absolutely. But we then come across, and I'm going to ask David about this when he's back. But we come across the sword in the stone, pretty much, where two of us try to lift it, and I, in particular, as Nightbreeze, rolled a critical one, which is great.
On brand.
I assumed I'd get some sort of damage, to be honest. But David, what was the idea around the old sword in the stone?
So I'm just trying to think how much did they divulge.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because we still
No,
have it, don't we?
He's Italian, I know that.
No, Russian. He's Russian.
Oh, Russian, that was
that
it.
was
Sorry,
funny.
Russian.
Well, Russian or whatever.
My,
He's speaking
Russian
common to
Scottish
you.
friend.
yeah,
Yes.
that's right, yeah.
Rita, what you doing? Scottish, Russian. Yeah. I don't think I can say too much, to be honest,
fair
because
enough.
I think I will say, is an element of my homebrew that is kind of relevant in the world
Oh,
with all my other games that I run outside of. So
interesting.
relevant, but I don't want to go into too much. I think it's the characters need to learn about
Yeah.
certain things, because it's a very distinct weapon that's speaks to you.
Hmm.
So there's obviously something in there, and but yeah, I don't want to give too much away for you.
Cool.
So
No, fair enough. Well, we didn't manage to lift it anyway to begin with, so.
yeah, but obviously in the game you managed to. There's this kind of thinking about the sort of enemies that you've been against recently with the Duragai, and they have this kind of psychic connection to their powers and how it like, and as we spoke about, that mind flayers like did experiments on them, and they had all these kind of psionic abilities.
Yeah.
So it was the same kind of, if you remember, I said it had this purplish energy, which is similar to the Duragar and the Mace Windu. But it's kind of as a callback and a bit of foreshadowing to what the sword is and where the abilities. So there is a, based on that, and the ability of it being able to return to you, well, to Leamington, because you're dead, is that.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you got a new character. You're fine. No, it's but in terms of like as a bonus action, you can like bring it back to you. So there's already this kind of telekinetic psionic ability of being able to use it as a ranged weapon, because you can use any weapon as a ranged weapon, but then you would have to go get it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like almost like a magnetic pull that you can bring back. And obviously we'll see if you guys use it or like start interacting with it.
Yeah.
And see what that brings.
We can talk. Yeah, we can talk to it. Can't we?
Yeah, you can talk
That'd
to
be
it.
very interesting.
You, Leamington can talk to it. It's a telekinetic link.
New brother.
Yes, your new brother. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So many brothers right now.
At least this brother's sharper than the last one.
Yeah. Have I?
Yeah.
Hold on. Have I just seen you drinking an Irish coffee there, David?
It's a coffee liqueur. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I went, because my dad messaged me, "Do you want a coffee liqueur? It's ready downstairs."
Obviously, yes.
BRB.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
I mean, you haven't got us any though. That's the only problem. But
I see we both got for the Star Wars mugs.
Mine's slightly rude
yeah.
as well. So there you go.
The only mug that I have is on my face, so
Well, gentlemen,
I'm done.
unfortunately, from this moment onwards, it all starts to go downhill.
From this
as
moment?
if it was, yeah, right, as if it wasn't already. Because this is where Runt gets attacked by the jellyfish squid thing, with its weird tendrils and tentacles. And we roll for initiative. So yeah, I mean, I think I said it. We could have done with a short rest before we started this, but whoops.
So hold on.
Yeah.
Before we can, what hit points were you on then? Because I think I was pretty. I had quite a few still.
I was about 17, 16.
Well, you didn't get
something
hit
like that.
once in the Duragar encounter, the one that had the kind of psychotic light. You were fine.
Yeah, I was. I think it was Run. Were you slightly?
I was actually over my maximum because I had false life going, so I was somewhere in the teens.
Oh wow!
I don't remember off the top of my head, but
Only a stalactite was the only thing that hit you.
well, no, because the stalactite hit me, and then I recast false life, which is what gave me the superpowers.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah.
So the only thing was my natural hit points were down by a little bit, I think by a couple. But I was still like higher than I normally would be, and the only thing I was lacking was spells.
My hit points were down by a few, but not like anything that was like, oh no, we're in real trouble here. But
no rest needed.
No, exactly. But well,
of course, we won't be in danger.
Yeah, well. But yes, I mean, well, first things first, we had Leamington on Ronald, obviously, pop down from the ceiling and fire some arrows. Very nicely done. Very nicely done.
At this point, I thought I would help.
That was kind of you.
Yeah.
Unexpected, but kind. I kind of assumed you'd go off looking for the door as you normally.
I could have done actually. That probably would have killed both of you.
Yeah. Almost certainly.
Yeah. But it would have been funny.
But yeah, I mean, you Leamington hits, Runt hits with a Raymond Frost on near his own head, which is pretty good. Although I think you only rolled a 1 for damage, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I think that's probably what killed us. Is that we just rolled badly against it.
Oh god, it wasn't just that one roll. It was every roll was awful. Like apart from like 1 or 2, which were okay.
Creatures were nothing. So the creatures themselves were literally same kind of XP rating of battles you've already done. So I didn't really change much.
I did actually look them up afterwards because I was curious.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I looked it up because I wanted to know.
Yeah, they were called Dark
What went
Mantles.
wrong, basically. Yeah, and I looked it up. I think if I recall, they're about 22 hit points.
Oh, that's hardly anything.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have had a problem with them, should we?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
same
worth
as us,
getting an
basically.
image up of the Dark Mantles for people. I don't know.
Oh, hang on. Where's mine?
But yeah, I mean, just to give you an idea, I mean, Nightbreeze was 21 hit points, and you have to remember that for every attack, that's it. Yeah, for every attack, he's got a brilliant armor class, and for every attack that he does, like that, all 3 of us attack, you have to remember for 1 of them. Or well, technically for 2 in this case, but yeah, we're still, you would expect us to not breeze through it, but
Hey.
yeah, you'd expect us to win that fight, and we didn't.
I think. Well, I mean, we can talk about it. Depends how tactically you want to talk about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was thinking about it afterwards.
Here's
the image. Oh, let's see if we can get some focus on it.
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, they're pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
very
It's me.
like.
Yeah.
And they have like a magical essence with them. Effectively, their magical power comes from darkness. So it's like, and what really kind of screwed you guys up is the perception checks.
Oh yeah.
Even though you had because they were hiding in the stalactites of the ceiling, and then they descended down. But you didn't see it with your perception check, so they managed to sneak. I rolled stealth behind. And you just didn't clock, and it didn't help that I was rolling well. You guys were rolling. So I was kind of like, oh shit. So I was like, oh no, I might actually kill him. Yeah. So that was definitely, which was really like, it's surprising. Like I was guaranteed, like. Leamington, you would have seen it, but I think your perception roll was quite low, actually, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
And the thing, you would have had a prime thing, but I think was it only single digit?
Yeah, something like that,
Good. Yeah, I didn't find out much.
And as it help, see, as they go through the air, they have a shimmer of darkness around them, which gives like disadvantage on attacks. The only reason we didn't roll disadvantage attacks is because you could actually, because they were like on you, because you knew where they were. Because otherwise, if they were just floating about, you would have disadvantage on the attacks because they have like this dark shimmer about them, which helps them float, but also makes it very hard to hit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're really. Well, it's interesting. Just reading the stats very quickly. 22 hit points, armor class of 11. They are not hard to kill.
No.
Yep. It was just really
we were just very unlucky.
Yeah. But I mean that kind of shows, doesn't it, that Leamington hits, Runt hits. You expect Nightbreeze at that sort of
Not hit.
Well, I mean he didn't obviously because it's Nightbreeze. He doesn't hit anything. We know this already, which is ridiculous because I get a +4 to everything, and I can't bloody hit anything.
Wow!
For God's sake!
Armor class of 11.
Yeah.
No hit Nightbreeze.
Yeah.
That's what they call them in the tavern.
Well, no head Nightbreeze.
Well,
yeah. And this is where, things only get worse because this is a point where Runt, with the thing over his head, unfortunately goes unconscious, and that's where we're down to 2-on-2, and in serious trouble. And then Nightbreeze fails. I think the squid, passes a check on Nightbreeze, which, remember, my armor class was 19, and I think it rolled a natural 20. Or something close to that. It was a high number.
I think it was on 19. I think
19 was it? Yeah.
AC. I think it was your AC. I was just like, so sorry.
Yeah. So I get a weird squid thing over my face as well. I will say, whilst I remember it, it reminds me of, I don't know if anybody's watched the King Kong by Peter Jackson for a few years ago, but Andy Serkis's character, if you happen to remember that, the cook, gets killed because a weird, like, slimy squid thing comes over the top of his head, and then another one grabs him by the arms and stuff like that. That's all I could think about the whole time it was happening.
Oh, is that
that's
the
a
one when
recall?
they were in
Jesus.
the insect cavern?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Oh, it was like a worm thing.
weird worm
Oh,
thing. Yeah,
that was,
and it
I
sort of
hated that scene. That was
suckers over his head, and yeah, that's what I kept thinking of anyway. Yeah. But yeah, so all of a sudden we got one person down, we got one person blind, and then we've got a Leamington, and a Ronald. Yeah,
Two
that's
more
true.
people.
Let's be honest, Ronald was brilliant.
MVP, yeah.
Yeah. And this is, of course, Leamington, actually wanting to do something is trying to pull the tentacles off of both of us.
I
Which
was
was-
really unlucky actually with that.
That was a really
Very.
cool idea. I
Yeah.
really liked it.
I could have, if I'd have rolled well, I could have actually helped you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, just
But
bad rolls again.
But instead, you fail and then fall off of Ronald.
Yeah.
Come on now. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it becomes interesting, because I don't think me and Ben had worked this out, but Josh, I'm sure you had, and David, I reckon you had as well, was that Josh failed his first death save. And I think I remember, Josh, you actually saying that, because you explained it to us and said the next roll is a double crit, or it's a double hit, sorry, because it's a melee attack. So that means 2 fails. So you're only allowed 3 fails, and you've already failed once. So basically, you are at death's door. It is literally, the very next attack you're done for. And then a hero comes along.
He came and then he went.
Yeah. It was so funny because I remember sitting there and thinking, we are in serious shit here.
Mm-hmm.
And David, you said you can do one of 2 things. You can either do a strength save for yourself, which is trying to pull the tentacle off, or try and save Runt but it would be disadvantaged strength save, because of course I've got a thing over my head.
I think it was that perception check at disadvantage or something like that. No, it was to find if you could sense Runt, because he was close to you when the thing went on, so you did have sort of an idea where he was, and then you got a sick roll.
But this was it. This was before even working out what I wanted to do and using the lay on hands, because what you'd said, you given me 2 options, and both of them were pretty bad. In particular for Runt, and I thought, how can I get around this? I was like beforehand really sort of flicking through and trying to work everything out, and I was like, I've still got some lay on hands, this could be interesting. And then I said it, and then I realised how happy you all were, and I was like, I did something good. And it wasn't until that moment I was like, actually, I was actually clever. But at the time, I was like, I'll just do that, it's easy, isn't it? Yeah. And
I think it
But
says
that
a
was
lot.
like Andre, because it's an action to do a strength save,
That's right.
I think
then there was the action to do the thing.
I think it says everything about the character that we all forgot that you had magical healing abilities.
Yes.
Because I definitely had because I'd done the maths on me and I thought I was dead.
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, I think we damaged it for like 8 hit points, 9 hit points, something like that. So I was like, surely it would take a crit and then a really high roll to kill it in one and save me. So I was like, there's pretty much no chance of that happening. And I'd forgotten that you could pick me up.
But yeah, you are right. It does say a lot. Not only that everybody forgot, but also I hadn't realised that it was that big of a deal either.
Yeah.
So it does actually say a lot for
Very breeze.
It was very breeze to accidentally be a hero. Let's be honest.
And he
What do you
doesn't
want?
know.
Oh,
But somehow managed to actually pass the check for once, which was, I think you were nice and you made it a 10. And
50-50.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I actually managed to pass that, and give over 1 point of health over to Runt, which actually meant you were back alive again. You could actually do stuff, and then you couldn't because you went straight back down the very next turn.
Well, I mean, at that stage, it's just, I think we said at the time, it's just fighting the clock because literally, because I was unlucky on that first death save. Had I saved the first death save, then I would have had another round naturally anyway, and it would have had a completely different scenario. But like,
True.
in that situation, you fail a death save, you are dead. As happened.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I will say, sorry, I didn't mention that. Nightbreeze also managed to grab the sword, and it was chatting to him, so that was quite cool as well. It actually did something. I think again, David, you were. I think I said this in the chat during the whilst it was on Twitch, that you were being really nice to us and giving us extra things, because I definitely shouldn't have been allowed to grab that sword. And you were giving us a little bit extra because I think you were realising we were struggling.
I mean, it doesn't take much to just touch it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You can't then be like, and I'm going to do all this with the sword.
Yeah.
It was more like, okay, touch it. I'm like, yeah, I'll give you that. To kind of maybe this could be something to help, because in the end, again, I'm not there to like try and kill you guys.
Yeah.
I'm there to be. I am the storyteller, I'm the narrator, I'm the referee, because I do play the good guys as well, depending on the NPCs. So it's like, and I play the monsters. So, but the thing is, it's to keep it a very cooperative storytelling game with you all. I'm playing with you. I'm not playing against you.
Yeah, it's about everybody sort of getting involved with it. I find that with Laser Feelings, because the stories sometimes go nowhere near where I want them to, but
All
that's
the
because
time, isn't it?
not every time.
Oh, right, okay.
Do you know what that's? I will say the last one, the last Laser and Feelings, actually went partially to plan. Although obviously you guys didn't press the goddamn button. But let's not go into that. But I think that's the same with D&D, is that there is a plan, there's an idea, but you can pull it and push it and mold it however you want to, and that's for everyone to do, not just for the games master.
Yeah, it's difficult. And I think it's difficult, and I think it works for us to, rather than play like a ready-made adventure or something. It does railroad you a bit. It does, and you can do things, but it requires me reading a lot of information and trying to digest it all and be like, yes, I have the answer for everything. Whereas homebrew, I do have the answer for everything. It's my world.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I can improv the hell out of it and not be totally thrown off, and like allow there to be a lot of space. Might be the same thing I'm going to do, but if you want to gander off and do something, and it's a very improv-based concept I hear all the time within D&D, the whole yes and, like, just like, you want to do that? Cool, yeah, let's do it. And then I'll figure it out.
That's it. Yeah, to be honest, the amount of times that I've just gone, I'll kick the can down the road, and in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll have to work out how this actually works. And by the time you get there, the thing is, half the time you guys have already made the decision how it works, whether you've meant to or not. You're just like, oh, okay, well, what if we tried this? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's obviously the right way to do it. Even though in my head, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's and a lot of common advice with like DMs and GMs is like, don't over prepare. I think it's good to have like a kind of a linear thing, but allowing it to, at least if you know what a relative linear thing it is, you can then, if they're kind of, the game's kind of slowing down a bit, they're kind of running out ideas to do, and I'm not really sure what to do. It could be then this thing happens, and you can fast forward something depending where they are in the world or whatever in the story, and you can pull from that ready-made like storyline that you already have, but then it's kind of like, oh, they could do stuff, I'll bring them back later somehow.
Yeah, exactly. It's our game. We can do what we want.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to it as Runt and Nightbreeze go down after having suckers put on their bonces. And from this point, it's all going really well. Because Leamington becomes a hero and actually manages to get the squid thing off of Runt, which is very nicely done. So well done to Leamington. He actually did a good thing. a good deed.
You know, it has to happen at least every 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Once a season.
Maybe,
Once-
maybe at the end of series 2,
Yeah.
we'll get another one.
Yeah. And yeah, Nightbreeze fails his first roll. That doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. That's fine. And then there's a brilliant moment, which I don't think any of us caught, but I did actually put it into the best bits. In fact, it even zooms in on Josh, which is the moment when Josh realizes that Nightbreeze is dead, but everybody else doesn't. Because there's nothing more that can be done. Basically, he's about to take a critical hit, which is, of course, two failures. He's already had one failure. But all the rest of us are gleefully looking on, going, "Yeah, it's all fine. We're going to win."
See, this is the irony
Well,
of the character I play.
I knew what was going to happen, but I was just like,
Oh, you were playing along.
I was trying to be like, it's all fine. It's like,
Yeah.
in the fire moment.
Yeah.
But that 3-1, that edit was hilarious. I don't know what time it was at night, but I was like burst out laughing. And
I know. Rob, you did as well, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it was brilliant.
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, so good, so good.
Yeah.
And then as we say, you know, Nightbreeze gets his failed, well, not even attempts. He basically just fails.
Just eating.
And he goes down and he's dead. And then the greatest thing that I've seen, actually, do you know what? I forgot to say my favourite bit in D&D is waste of space. Because I did not expect it. So when I saw that come up, the GTA noise come up, and I was like, huh? What's this? Because I had no idea it was coming. And then all of a sudden, waste of space. I got up from my room, I went into Ben's room, and I gave him a standing ovation. Because that is a brilliant piece of editing.
Now, Josh, it wasn't a complete surprise for Josh.
No.
Because I'd messaged, and he knew what it was for, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't. Well, I didn't know you were going with waste of space, which is
that's
very
true.
funny. I thought you were just being wasted.
Yeah.
I knew about the GTA thing because you'd asked me about the just legally, and I thought I said it was fine. But yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I think there's a time limit thing.
People use it for videos all the time.
Yeah, there's a time limit thing on like when you trigger stuff, and it's a really short thing.
Yeah, exactly. But
Also, it's a sound effect. Who cares?
It's
brilliantly done.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic.
So funny.
Brilliant. Best bit of editing. I mean, between that and Josh's introduction to D&D at the
was
start of
amazing.
episode 1.
That
Best
really
bits
was
of
amazing.
editing.
Yeah.
That intro. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We need
fantastic.
to put that up on its own somewhere. We haven't done that yet.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, that's Breezy Dead. And so my thought was, we could probably bring him back somehow. You know, don't worry about it too much. No, it turns out he's actually dead. So yeah, that kind of happened. That was interesting.
It's the thing about D&D. There's no let's have a debate about whether the character dies or not. It was just like, oh no, he's gone.
Yeah.
It was no Barry.
No.
Oh,
No.
Barry. I'd still regret that, but
I did roll a 1 though.
You did roll a 1,
was-
exactly.
Actually, that was one of. Oh, that's laser feeling.
Yeah, but yeah, that's in the best bits as well.
In the best bit, yeah.
Because that was a surprise. But yeah, I mean that's Breeze dead. But I did get to make one more decision, which is where the sword goes. Does it go to the person who is currently unconscious, or does it go to at least the person who can use it? And for once, Nightbreeze uses his brain and realizes it should go to his brother.
The only choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially to give it to the spider.
He would have
true.
done more. Would have done more with it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
And this is where there's the correct idea, I think, is worked out eventually, which is Leamington giving Runt a potion, which is the potion that Nightbreeze bought for him. Oh, yeah, you see, still a hero. But yeah, I mean that's an obvious and very clever sort of way to get Runt back and up on his feet without having to sort of drag him out of there. Which could have been interesting. I was still worried we were going to lose another one, to be honest.
It was. I mean, at that stage, I think, because I think I said it earlier in the episode, I was not metagaming. At that stage, I was just like, I'm going to have to say something here because otherwise we're going to end up with a complete TPK.
Yeah, I mean, you're even singing the song in that episode. TPK, my lord.
I am shocked that Ron got out of there alive because it was pretty dire. I genuinely thought I was gone before you saved me with lay on hands. And then even afterwards, I was like, this is still not clever.
Not good, yeah. Oh, TPK, sorry for anyone who doesn't know, total party kill, which means basically the entire party dies. So that would have been an interesting one, wouldn't it?
The finale, yeah.
And I will say, there was one time before that where we were quite worried, which is when we fought the spider in episode 2 and realised, holy hell, we might all die here. After 2 episodes.
That was pretty close, yeah.
That was that was, I think, maybe closer because we're all still pretty new and trying to work out how everything works. Although, well, actually, was it?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe not, actually. Maybe not.
I think this was closer. I think David was quite kind to us.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Because I think.
And also, we're like, oh, we need a climactic ending. I was like, and I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at the time as well. And also thinking like, I think Night Breeze has to be that climax, unfortunately, because it was just like one of those things of, and at the same time, like, it just felt appropriate at the time, if you definitely didn't want your character to die, like but that is obviously something, which does get not forgetting to be spoken about in games, and I've been doing a lot more recently, as I've told you guys off stream about character death and stuff. So, but yeah, we needed a season 1 finale, didn't we? So there we go.
Well, I kind of feel like the game is the game, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you did say before, was it before or during, that you had an idea for a climax in mind, and just to say, this Night Breeze dying was. We would never that was never supposed to be the ending. It wasn't planned. It wasn't. Yeah, it was just. It just happened, and it just seemed. It just happened on the finale. But yeah, it wasn't meant to be the finale at all. But it does feel right now that you sort of see it. Ben, I've just seen your message back. Yes, he will be missed. Thank you.
Fond memories, but I
think you can always try and put them back together, guys. If you want. He's just missing a head, however. That's the only issue.
Yeah. Good head on his shoulders. But yeah. I mean, see, this is you guys made I think the correct decision to get out of there, and to find a way to maybe get back in a bit later on. So you took a short rest, which was honestly, I think, the right thing to do. Get your health back up, and then sort of, I think Josh, you said about raiding back in, and sort of grabbing everyone and leaving. Which, I think that was the right decision overall.
I had in my head it was this really cool thing where we go in all shooting and like doing magic and stuff, and then just like I can try and get in and out in like one round, which would have been really cool. But yeah, in the end, didn't need it.
Didn't need it, no, because I think you guys did your perception checks and failed them. So you didn't see the squid things anymore. So we're definitely gone. So don't worry about it.
Maybe they were just full enough, and they were up there somewhere. You don't know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. But yeah, and then you managed to stick Breeze and the armor to Ronald, or as I put it here, Breeze and armor retrieval. The armor retrieval team, and begin to head out of the cave. However, this is an interesting moment where David is, trying to say you can't take the spider back to the camp with you. That would be crazy because you've already done that before, and that didn't go very well. So don't do it this time. And of course, you guys are like, no, it'll be fine.
In Pope, he's fine.
I was more thinking about the camp.
You do know why? It's because Leamington just learned that he could intimidate people.
Intimidation with barbarians.
Both Ben and Leamington discovered.
Yeah, I know, we went at the same time.
Oh, there's an actual skill for it. I'm like, yeah, we weren't just saying it. Like,
so yes, intimidation is now his thing.
Brilliant. I just love that it's usually with a ball bearing as well. Like, look at this. This is how little patience I've got.
He did intimidate the spider nicely. So that's the difference there.
Which is hilarious.
It wasn't nastily. So
it wasn't persuasion, it was intimidation.
But intimidation
in a nice
with
way.
a bit of kindness. I said it with a nice voice.
You gotta be nice about these things.
Then I offered you persuasion. You're like,
no. Intimidation nicely.
I can't remember. I've probably got a higher persuasion than I do intimidation. So I'll
be interesting to find out.
I think it's both under charisma. So I don't think, unless you took it like as a proficiency.
I can't remember. So anyway, it worked.
Yeah. Either way. Yeah. Either way, although I would have loved to watch you trying to persuade a spider how to as you go out into the light.
I'm really looking forward to like how you're going to like evolve the ball bearing bit, and how like that's going to develop.
Oh, well, it will develop. Don't worry.
I feel like at some point there's going to be a.
Should do. That's giving me an idea.
I feel like there's going to be a ball bearing cannon at some point or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've given him ideas now.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you do manage to head back to camp with Ronald's eyes being quite literally shielded by Runt, which was a very clever use of Nightbreeze's shield. He didn't need it anymore.
I feel like a better use than Nightbreeze ever got out of it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's pretty fair. Yeah. And we get back to the camp where we see Darius, who's always happy to see us.
Yep.
And of course, everybody's going mad because there's a spider. And one of my favourite things is everybody's going mad. Darius is saying, "Get the spider away," and then you're going, "No, he's house trained. Let's have him pee in a box." And then it's like completely out of nowhere. It's like, "Find me a box, quick! I'll show you."
He can though.
What was
It's brilliant. It's just find me a box, quick.
I know. I have no idea where that came from.
Me either.
No.
I was like,
I think even more as a cat, maybe.
It's just how it was so urgent, though.
Well, look. The thing that you've got to know is that Ronald is the most important thing to Leamington right now. So. Nothing can take Ronald away from him, and if it does, then you better be careful.
His brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
His brother, pet, mount, all sorts of things.
He's everything.
David's writing it down. Kill.
I do the story as I'm, listening to some of the stuff. So.
Do you know what I'm just thinking? Do we think that being a brother might be like a curse because now Nightbreeze has gone down? We lost the rats. What do we think? Ronald, also a brother now,
Runt's an honorary brother.
Run, you're going down next episode.
Oh, no. Not even fully.
There you go.
Oh, dear.
But,
so yes, being in a box, that was hilarious. Absolutely brilliant. And then you come across a new character, somebody we haven't met before. Somebody that definitely wasn't made up very, very quickly when we realised, holy crap, we've lost a character. I will say, actually, it was. I think it was. We all sort of helped out to create this one, which is interesting because it's kind of, it's come out of both an idea for what would work well with the party, but also everybody's sort of gone, okay, names, ideas, how does this work? How would this fit? But it all came in within sort of like a 10-minute break that we had, sort of halfway through as well. So it was sort of thought out, but not that thought out.
I think as well to jump off you, Akers, is like in the conversation we've had about your character now. more extensive way.
Oh, yes.
I'm thinking, and what I know about what I kind of want to do next with you guys, and how your guy might incorporate with the others. I'm just like, this actually has worked out really well. Actually,
yeah.
I know we've lost the character, but actually, in some ways, the way I like see the next kind of stage of story go, I'm like, this actually kind of works. So I'm really excited to like share with everybody. So
yeah, I have to say, and as David said, the character's been put together fully now and fleshed out a bit more. That Captain Bryn is a brilliant character, and I'm so looking forward to doing D&D again because he is. He can't be useless like Nightbreeze, surely.
See what the dice say, eh?
Yeah. But he is a cleric, which I think is something we will need, because we still need healing within the party. So it does make sense to have somebody who can do that. But man, I swear, I said this to David the other day. I said, I think clerics are OP. I think they can do too. Like, everybody thinks cleric is just healer. Nah, man, they're like everything.
Them and paladins have the most subclasses.
Yeah. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Styles. Yeah. I mean, there's different extensions of different, yeah.
I will say, just as an interesting point, there's a couple of things. First of all, I think he will work well again with Leamington because it is, he is father now.
No. He's retracted that.
However, I think he will work well with Runt because of some of the things he can do, and it's just a very different sort of character. And he's got some very interesting abilities. I would just like to see how that plays off with Runt. So, I'm looking forward to that. I think that'd be very, very cool. But yeah, sorry, before we go, instead of going too much into Bryn, because we don't want to spoil him too much, he's just come back from a scouting party, and he recognises his son, Nightbreeze. And the crying starts. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theory.
Yeah, you take a shield as well, don't you?
That's correct. Yeah, that's right. But the thing is, I thought it seems like the right thing to do is to sort of keep hold of a few mementos and bits and pieces. The shield, which none of you knew, had a black duck on it.
Oh yeah.
Because, I couldn't find a shield with a black duck on it, but that I thought in particular was quite an interesting one to take. But he does have a shield and he has Nightbreeze's sword. Also, he's taken some javelins, obviously. But
it really bodes well.
Oh yeah. Nothing can possibly go wrong with javelins. What are you talking about?
Yeah, your character will last like another season. It's fine.
No problem at all. But yeah, this is a good chance to give Nightbreeze a send off, which is kind of the end, coming to the end of the episode. So yeah, Nightbreeze. I think Leamington comes up with the idea of pushing him out to sea, which is lovely. And his own father throwing the javelin that's on fire, and I really, really wanted it to fail. Like, so much. David, you should have made it a nat 20. Because I just so wanted it to fail. But he does manage to, hit the boat with the on-fire javelin, and it does burn, and goes under the waves. And that is goodbye to a very breezy man. And then we head to go and see Madge, who asks about the armor that we picked up. So it wasn't in vain. We did actually manage to get hold of the armor. This was interesting because it was kind of obvious that he was holding back and not, giving us the real price. And we were trying to work around it as best as we could. But also we found out that he's learning magic as well. And Runt in particular wants to see it, which I thought was quite
He'll get his own movie soon, Magic
Magic Madge.
Magic Madge. Oh, that's amazing. Goodness me. Let's make it happen. Come on, you're a film company. You can do it.
Magic Madge.
Oh dear.
Oh, what would it even be?
Picture that.
I don't think we want to go down that.
We do not. We do not. Goodness
We've had more than enough javelins, thank you.
But I mean, we see a bit of his magic, which is pretty cool. He brings a dog, and then Ronald has a look at it and tries to thinking about eating it. And we managed to get 500 gold off them as well for the armor, which is pretty awesome. I'd say that's not a bad amount to take. So
We really do need to go on a shopping trip.
Oh yes,
Me and the boy have a little bit of money.
Yeah.
oh yes. Yeah. But within that conversation as well, we also find out that Jemaya has left the camp to go looking for us to try and help us, which would have been quite nice to know, when we started having problems with the fight, because it would have been nice for him to turn up. But hey ho, we weren't aware, and he's gone off now to try and help us. So
Never to
that's
be
gonna be
seen
interesting.
again.
It's like you disappeared for 24 hours. He's freaking let it
Yeah.
go.
Impatient.
You see, what I like about this, I was like, well, David's setting up what's going to happen next, in the next episode. We've got to go and save Jemaya. And then he told us there's a sign on the beach that says Camp Olympics. And I was like, well, Jemaya's dead. Forget about him. Camp Olympics.
Yeah.
That is a top setup, Camp Olympics.
It's kind of like,
The only thing is,
what are you going to
though,
do first? Like, what are you going to do?
If-
What are you going to do? It's going to influence
Right.
the other.
I don't think we're going to fare that well if Darius is in charge.
Oh, yes,
Rigged.
good point.
Rigged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rigged.
Rigged.
Yeah, we might have some angry. The menagerie might get a bit angry.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of homebrew events ready for you guys. I won't tell you what they are.
Can he dressage with the spider?
Oh,
Oh.
Spider dresser.
add it,
That's
David.
amazing.
Come on.
You're gonna give your spider clothes.
No, dressage. Look with a horse.
Yes. No.
Or
that
dress
will
up.
happen.
Dress up with the spider.
I will give the spider clothes. You are right. Yes.
What dressage? What do you mean?
I prefer the fact that David thinks dressage is about dressing up horses. Let's go with
Yeah.
that instead.
I have no idea what dressage. I have a.
It's like dancing with horses.
It's
where the
dancing with horses.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Do you want to-
yeah. That's it. Yeah.
I much
I mean,
prefer.
you
I much prefer who can make their spider look best in 10 minutes or something like that. I think that's so much
he's the
better.
only one with
Best in
spiders,
show.
so-
I'm gonna win. Yeah. I really want to go to my friend, the shoemaker, and ask for 8 shoes.
Brilliant.
You're gonna get arrested, man, at some point.
No, I'm gonna win dressage. I've got to. I'll become, the talk of the town.
I mean, if I may ask a couple of questions myself, because I'm interested in this for myself as the DM. We've talked about your character a bit, but actually, and it's worth knowing maybe kind of some insights for what Leamington and Runt's characters want to do going forward. What's kind of like some, let's start with some short-term things they want to do when going into the next day in season 2, or...
I mean, Runt doesn't know who he is or what he's doing, so there are no goals. He just
There's
exists.
no goals. Great. Fabulous. Which is a very good point. I almost forgot about that. You forgot who you were.
Yep.
Yep. Interesting. Starting over again. And what about Leamington then? What does Leamington want to do in the short term?
Yeah, I think he really wants to just explore with Ronald, because Ronald makes things a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So he can probably climb trees better now.
Yeah. You were that
Yeah.
I mean, you've already
I think
mentioned the shoes.
Yeah, the Beach Olympics really has given him something to go for. And what else? I don't. He really does want. It might not look like it the way he's acted in front of Darius, but he really does want Darius to be his friend. So.
I look forward to that.
And I guess with that in mind, what's the long-term goal with all that?
That's great.
Yeah,
What-
long-term goal.
Head of camp.
King. King of the island.
I think well, obviously, I think it's going to have to be height related, isn't it? So,
Oh dear.
I think he's doing pretty well at the moment.
Growth potions or something.
Oh my god, I hadn't thought.
Do you know what? I mean,
They exist.
just to throw this in the mixer, the one thing that Leamington has witnessed is Runt spontaneously grow 4 inches in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh, he might ask Runt for.
So there's magic. He'll be aware that there is
favour
magic.
there.
A long-term goal you want to make yourself, not just figuratively, but literally taller.
Yes. I mean, he's already the tallest gnome in the world, but he wants to be taller, and I also think he does want his own. He wants his own colony as well. I think.
Interesting.
He's ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say.
He's
by the
aiming
way,
for the
so
highest heights.
Yeah.
All manners.
I will say I was once putting together a trailer. I think it was for episode 4 of D&D, and I was struggling to find. There was like a gap between 2 bits, and I just couldn't find something that would fit perfectly. Actually, I'm certain it was episode 4 because it was the beach party one, which I think was episode 4. And yeah, I was just trying to find that gap. Where the hell does this fit? I was struggling on trying to find different things, and then I thought, hold on a minute, how could I not put in I'm the tallest gnome in the world? Fit perfectly. So literally every time I do a D&D trailer, I'm just like, well, where do I fit tallest gnome in the world? It's got to go in here somewhere. It's just the best line.
Also, I think another long-term thing for Leamington is he does want to find some other gnomes, but not tall ones.
Yeah. No, I remember you said that in like one of these things, I think.
Yeah. That would be cool.
He's got a lot to aim for. He's going to be busy.
I'll have to think about Bryn, whether he's got sort of short-term, long-term goals. I'll have to have a think about that.
I think we did speak of it. I mean,
we did talk about
Yeah.
But I will say personally, Camp Olympics, man, it's going down.
What do you think Bryn would be good at? Not much.
Yeah.
Not much. Yeah. I don't know. I suppose we'll find out.
I suppose it depends if you're allowed to use magic in the Olympics or not, because clerics have
yeah.
quite
Clerics
a lot of
do
magic.
have a bit of magic. See, this is where it could get interesting with Runt and Captain Bryn both having a little bit of magic.
I've got you guys
cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well. I mean, I suppose that is almost it for the D&D stuff, but we do have one more episode until before the end of the year. Can you believe it? And god damn it, it's a good episode. We had a hell of a lot of fun making this one. This is Lasers and Feelings Into the Juliverse, and we recorded it 3-4 weeks ago. It must be something like that.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah. I mean, we've already put a trailer out for it, so you can see that we were just mucking about and having so much fun with it. And we even put a teaser trailer out. I'd had this silly idea about Sir Julian sort of like being the first contact through to the news as like the first outside of Earth contact ever, and it was obviously Sir Julian who's the one doing it. So we put that out as well. But we do have one more clip for you, which is a little 1 minute sniff of the type of thing you could expect from Into the Juliverse. So Josh, hopefully I've given you enough time to tee it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope so.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Well, let's find out.
All right, here we go. This is the 1 minute teaser for Into the Juliverse.
It's just nice we all get a chance to meet and, actually,
I don't like any of these people.
Well, I like you. You're a good
I hate
man,
you
aren't you?
I already hate you, sir. If you say you like me, I hate you. So
come on.
I'm going to turn away from this man.
We are in agreement, and we all turn away.
And I'm going to put my fingers in my ears because I don't want to listen to this drivel, even though it's been put on for me.
My hair's already terrible and I don't need to.
I auto-muted myself 15 minutes ago.
I tell you what, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to go and explore, see if I can find, something else. But I want to go in the opposite direction to this new gentleman that has appeared because I don't like him.
There you go. Short and sweet.
I promise you, they make it really difficult on me. I had a whole plan. Yeah,
that was fun. Yeah,
it really was, wasn't it? God, it was brilliant. Yeah. The thing is, you guys. I asked them, or actually told them the characters I wanted them to play because I just thought it'd be fun, and they smashed it out of the park. It was just so good. So yeah, it's going to be wicked. That's coming out on the 29th on Twitch, I believe, which is a couple of days away. Blimey, it's on Wednesday.
Yeah,
2 days. So you're 2 days.
So you're
Bloody hell.
Yeah, right.
Raddy.
And yeah, it's going to be so fun. It is a little bit short. I think it's an hour and a half. I was a tad. I sort of like we come to the end of our filming. I didn't want to push us on, and make it sort of
really
2.5 hours. But
you really thought that it would get too annoying for people watching.
I didn't want to say that, but that was what I thought. However,
That's
now
exactly what I thought.
yeah. However, now I realise we should have kept it going longer because it was good, man. It was,
Billions and roasters.
yeah. So it was a great idea, and we actually came up with another idea, which I won't mention, but he came up with another idea for another character at some point. So that could be quite fun. But Sir Julian, what a legendary character! Seriously, Ben, you've really knocked one out of the park there.
Yeah. I'd like to say it's not based on a little bit of me, so...
Basically, it's a slightly posher you, and not even that much posher.
That's very true, yeah.
That's the thing. We do have a thing in our house where we say Ben has hit a point where he just becomes a complete arse, and it's just
true.
hilarious.
It's
So
true.
yeah. I think, gents, post-sanity pals, that we might well have just come to the end of our last chat of the year. So before we finish off, is there anything that you guys want to say at all?
Well, I suppose we should first and foremost thank everyone for watching this year. What a year!
Yeah, right.
Yeah, wow. Can't believe... Yeah.
We will be back. Well, we'll be back in 2 days, but we won't. We won't be back. The stream will be back, and the Juliverse will be back. We probably do a stream on the 2nd of January, which will be not necessarily a plays stream, but just a kind of general summation, other things, bits and pieces, and we'll probably reflect a little bit on Juliverse, because why not?
Oh, yeah.
And then next week? Yeah, next week, Jesus. Next week, it's my turn to GM with Shooters and Sympathies, which starts on the 5th, which is, how is that next week? We filmed it.
Crazy.
We filmed it in June.
That's nuts, isn't it?
Who's
It
that?
does feel a long time ago, I
Yeah.
have to say. It's
It
gonna be
was a
fun
long
to get
time
back.
ago.
Yeah. Now remember, we only started the YouTube channel in May, so that gives you an idea. I mean, Jesus, yeah. I will say that Josh has given it his all for this, and man, we still have some bits to film, but bloody hell, man, you absolutely not only are you a brilliant GM, but the ideas you've come up with are fantastic, and it's a huge amount of fun. I'm very much looking forward to getting to the end of it, but we shall see how we do. But yes, anything from Ben, David?
I'm just excited to start our new stuff. Yeah, I'm excited to be like in regards to, and Josh has said it on the last kind of chat we did, which like do your own D&D thing maybe, and being a player in that. I already had a player made.
Oh yeah, you
Already
need to
done.
send me that.
I've already done. I had to print out some stuff, but I can send you stuff.
Excellent.
I'm excited already. I did a random generator thing, and then I just tweaked little things and
Cool.
just to like go in with a character, regardless if it's like, you know, that thing you usually default when you like video games default. Kind of like trying to reflect it off me, and actually, no, I'm trying to deliberately stay away from, unless it like randomly fell into that. So I'm super excited for this character.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Didn't do a random generator and just came up with a very silly character. And I'm
Your
very excited
character's
to play that
great.
character.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you guys have already talked about. Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything
No,
yet.
you're
I
not
don't
ready
think-
until
I
you
haven't-
meet him.
yeah, I haven't come up with a character yet. I don't think so. I'll have to get on that.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I mean, I'm gonna keep all the characters separate so that you get to meet each other in the game. Because I already know. Well, I can imagine from what David's saying, it's great. I know what Ben's character is, and it's so good. I can't wait for people to see this character.
Cool.
And boy, will they see him. But yes, yeah, I'm excited for that.
Amazing.
But that'll be much
that's gonna be
later in the
good.
year. That probably won't be until
Yeah.
I want to say like April at the earliest.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I can just tease something that will be coming up from me, probably not too early in the year, we're probably talking sort of February, March, maybe a bit faster. I will be running something that one of my favourite YouTubers on the planet created, which is to do with a driving. It's sort of a kind of racing type thing, which is roughly based around lasers and feelings. So it gives me, something to fall back on, but also something new to try out, which I'm very much looking forward to running. So I think that'll be incredibly good fun. But please don't worry, D&D and lasers and feelings are certainly making their way back. We're just going to try a few other things first of all to, give ourselves a little bit of a break from that. Try out a few other things and see how we do. But one more thing before we finish off, which is at the end of the Julieverse episode, there is an announcement. Now, obviously, we won't announce it early because it is happening on the Julieverse episode. But please stick around for the end of that episode where we will make an announcement. Big announcement. So yeah, please stick around for that because it is a fairly big one.
Can I just add just one more thing because it's just occurred to me? We are looking for more players to come and play with us on stream. So if anyone happens to be watching this, either you're here now, hello, or you're watching back on YouTube, hi. Good to see you. We are looking for more players to come play with us next year. We want to go from like the four of us with Kyle occasionally dropping in to probably like 10 overall. So there's room for a few.
Oh yeah.
If you are out there and interested, please do. And if you know who we are, jump on socials. There will be much more social media announcements to come on the 2nd, I think. That's going to be part of what we're talking about on the 2nd of January. But yeah, otherwise, Post Sanity Productions on Twitter or on Instagram. I think we're what are we on Instagram? Post Sanity.
Just Post Sanity, I think.
Just Post Sanity, maybe. But you'll see us. We're on there. So do come and say hi. Drop us a message if you're interested in playing, because we want more people. More people, more fun.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen any episodes, you know what it's like. You know the chaos, but also the stupid amount of fun. And we're nice people, I think.
We take it very
try to
seriously.
be.
It's
Yeah,
Post Sanity Productions. Sorry, it is.
Perfect,
You're right.
Thank you. So yeah, if it's something you're interested in, absolutely join us because God, it's just so fun. I look forward to doing these every time. I mean, GMing is hard work. Don't get me wrong, but I look forward to the games, and then as they're happening, I'm half hyperventilating but half enjoying myself at the same time. And yeah, I'm sure. Everyone who plays along is just loving it. So yeah, I think that is pretty much everything, guys. So I will just say thank you so very, very much for all of the support and all of the love we've been given over the past 7 months. Can you believe 7 months already? And we are looking forward to going into 2022 with a flying start, starting off with Shooters and Sympathies. But first of all, we have to finish off with that Judyverse episode. And God damn it, it's a good episode. So please do tune in on Wednesday to see that. I'm sure we'll all be there to watch. So yeah, thank you so very, very much for your continued support. And we will see you then.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye.